If you are an international student looking for an affordable way to study in the US, then this video is for you. Today we are going to talk about a scholarship in the US that allows international students to pay the same tuition as domestic students. The best part, there is no application fee, no IELTS requirement, no test scores, and you can even apply with unofficial documents. But before we get into it, if you are new here, you are welcome to my channel. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe, like, share, and comment and help support my channel. Let's get started. Today we are at Tompkins Cortland Community College. Now this is one of the colleges in the US with the cheapest tuition fees. Also, it gives you the opportunity as an international student to pay for domestic tuition fees instead of international tuition fees. Now let's come down here and read the scholarship. It says, Be One of Us Scholarship. Students who do not reside in New York State have the opportunity to pay in-state tuition through our Be One of Us Scholarship. This scholarship waives the non-resident portion of tuition to support non-NYS resident students. And this includes international students. So if you're an international student and you get an admission here and you get the Be One of Us Scholarship, instead of paying an international school tuition, you are going to pay for domestic tuition. To be able to get the scholarship, you must be admitted and enrolled for classes to be considered for the scholarship. You must meet the following criteria to continue to qualify for the scholarship. So to get the scholarship, you have to apply to a program and get an admission. When you get the admission, you have to enroll for your classes, then you are considered for the scholarship. After you receive the scholarship, these are the requirements you have to meet to continue to keep it. The first one is you have to maintain a 2.5 GPA. Then you have to live in TC3 campus housing. That is, you have to live on campus during both fall and spring of your first year of enrollment at Tompkins Cortland Community College. The last one is you have to perform and document 15 hours of community service each semester. So these are the requirements you have to meet to keep the scholarship. Now down here it also says students who complete their TC3 app and housing application will receive a link to apply following successful completion of both tasks. To be able to apply to the scholarship, you have to complete this and the housing application. So you have to make an application to a program, then you complete the housing application. Now with this college, you don't actually pay for a tuition fee deposit when you get an admission. You pay for a housing deposit. This is also part of the requirement to be able to get this scholarship. The housing deposit is just $250. You are going to see that in a minute. So when you get your admission, you pay the $250 and then you can start your enrollment. Here we have the tuition fee. Here is the resident tuition fees and the non-resident tuition fee. So let's check the non-resident tuition fee first. If you're an international student, this is the amount you are going to pay. So the tuition fee based on 12 or more credit hours is $5,727 for fall, and then the same thing for spring. Now this is for the non-resident. Let's go up and check the resident tuition fee because that's what you're going to pay if you're able to get the scholarship. The tuition fee for residents is $2,785, that is for fall, and is the same amount for spring. If you are able to get the scholarship, this is the amount you are going to pay per semester instead of the tuition fee for international students. Now when you get the scholarship, one of the requirements is that you have to stay on campus, so you have to get campus housing, and this is the amount you are going to pay per semester, that is $4,434. On-campus housing for international students is cheaper than renting outside of campus. Also, when you live on campus, you are required to purchase a meal plan so the university can take care of your meals. So you say students living on campus are required to purchase a meal plan, and the amount is $1,379 for fall, and then the same amount for spring. So this is per semester. When you get a meal plan, you are going to get 17 meals each week. You don't have to make your own meals. The university is going to do it. As I mentioned earlier, when you get the admission, you have to make a $250 deposit. This deposit is not on tuition, it's a housing deposit. It says save on housing with TC3's financial incentives, submit your housing contract and $250 deposit early and earn a $250 discount. So after you make your application and you get the admission, you have to submit your housing contract and then you pay your $250 deposit early. You might be wondering the programs they have at this college, so let's come down here. Here are the programs they have. You can use this filter to sort them out. They have accounting, they have applied science and technology, they have biology, they have biotechnology, business administration, business management, chemical dependency counselor assistant, civil engineer technician, computer information systems. There are a lot of programs here, so you can come and go through them. Another thing you have to note is that this is a community college, so most of the programs here are associate degrees and then certificates. If you have a high school certificate, you can apply. If you have a diploma, you can also apply. But if you have a degree, I wouldn't advise you to make this application because an associate degree is kind of like a diploma, so it means that you'll be getting a certificate lower than the one you already have. So I wouldn't advise you to apply. But with diploma and high school certificates, you can make this application. To apply for admission as an international student, you are going to go to apply for admission, and then you come down and look for international admissions. You are going to click on this. It says before you apply, first review the B1 of WASSCE scholarship opportunity. So they are telling you that if you want to apply as an international student, you have to check that scholarship. We've already checked that. Then look over total estimated cost of attendance for non-NYS residents. Schedule a pre-admission appointment if desired. Now, if you want to get more information about your application, you can schedule an appointment. So you can just click here to get more information on how to do that. Then apply for international admission. Apply through this link. This is the application portal. Application is free. There is no application fee. The second one is submit the required supporting documentation. Log in to view your requirements. So let's click this and go to the application portal to see the requirements you need to make the application as an international student. This is the application portal. It says applications are open for fall 2025. So if you want to make an application, you can do that now. I've already created an account, so I'm going to log in here. This is the application I started, so we are going to go through this and see the requirements you need to make the application. The first thing is personal background, so this is your name, your address, your telephone numbers, your citizenship and all that. This is just your personal details. Then the second one is your high school information. So you're going to give information on the high school you went to. It says what is your current high school status. So if you are still in school, you are going to select that. Then please note, we will need an official copy of your high school transcript prior to the start of classes. So you don't need it to make the application. They need an official copy before you start your classes at this college. Then when did you graduate high school? You are going to enter that. When you come down here, it says, are you a first-time college student? You're going to select that. Then the next one is academic history. Please list the high school you graduated from or will graduate from first. Then list any colleges you attended after high school graduation. So you're going to enter your high school first, and then if you have a diploma, you can add that to your application. If you don't, you can just enter your high school. Let's add school and see the requirements they need from you. So you are going to enter your level of study. So let's say high school. Then you enter the institution, you enter your country. You're going to enter Ghana. Then you enter the city here. You select the region. If this is a college and you haven't earned your degree yet, select no degree. If you have a diploma and you are filling it for the diploma, you are going to select the type of degree. If you are not done with school, you are going to select no degree. But this is for high school, so you are going to select high school diploma. That is what you are going to select here. You are going to enter your graduation date and then your GPA. For language, it says, yes, English is the primary language of instruction at this university. You are going to select this. This tells them that you studied in English, and so you do not need to prove your English language proficiency. When you come down here, it says unofficial transcripts. You can upload a scanned copy of your transcripts from this institution. This means that you don't need the official transcripts. You can apply with unofficial transcripts. So you're going to select here and then you just upload it. After you are done, you click save and then you save it. So let's leave this part. Next is academic goals. Here they are asking, how do you want to take your classes? So you select in person. Which academic program are you considering? So you go through it and select your program. How will you be attending? Full time. What is your educational goal? So you're going to select any of this which apply to you. Then it says housing plans. What are your anticipated housing plans? So you're going to stay on campus. You have to select this because you want to be considered for the scholarship. Then the last part is signature. You come here and you enter your signature. It says please type your full legal name, and that is what you're going to use for your signature. Then when you confirm it, you are going to come to review all the things you filled and make the application. As you can see, when we went through it, they didn't ask for any test scores. There is no ACT or SATs. There is nothing like that. You can just make your application with your transcripts. Also, they didn't ask for any application fee. When you finish reviewing it, you can just click submit, and then you are done with your application. Good luck to all those who are going to apply, and I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment and help support my channel. See you in the next video. Bye.